It has come to my attention that I think a lot of people don't know what little free libraries are, so I'm gonna show you. Before I head out the door, I'm gonna get some books so that I can donate to the little free libraries. I always wanna call them free little libraries, so if I do that, just go along with it. But I'm gonna grab a few books. I will say, people do not care if you don't leave a book. Like, no one's gonna get mad at you. If you're by a free little library and you see something you want, take it. Do not feel bad if you do not have a book to immediately give back to it. Maybe you can give one back in the future, maybe not at all. No one will care. So let's pick a few. These ones I haven't actually read yet and they sound good, but I'm just going to give them because I think it's gonna be a while until I finish them. Maybe this one. I liked this one, Before I Let You Go. It's a little bit sad, but that was a good one. I think this one. The Summer I Turned Pretty. That one's cute. Maybe this one because I actually started it, but I got a little bit bored. Sorry to anyone who loves that book. Maybe this one. Wrong Place, Wrong Time. I was a big fan of this one, and I actually read it right at the start of me becoming obsessed with reading. This was the first book that I read in 2024, and I read it on the plane back from Florida to Colorado, and I was so entertained. Like, I thought the flight went by quickly, and normally a 4-hour flight I would be like hating because I hate sitting for that long. Okay, that might be a good place to start.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute, work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute, had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out in Nashville. It's been mad real, I need sunglasses, I need Advil, my cash real. I like first place, you're in last deal. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west.
This is the app. It's loading right now. The service in this town is terrible. So once it opens, I'm already at one free little library, so it'll show that. This is the one I'm at, so I'm gonna check into it because I like to know how many I've ever checked into. So I just check in. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't. Yeah, I took a book, I left 2 books. Then you do check in, and it does this fun little confetti thing. Ooh. There is another one within this neighborhood, so I'm gonna click on that, click on the I, and it'll show me how to get there. There we go. It is 2 minutes away.
Starting route.
Easy. The app is free, it's super easy to use. I would say it's like 99% accurate. Sometimes it'll get the street location a little off. So there it is. It's really cute, a little barn.
The destination is on your left.
This one's unmarked. I just saw it while driving, so I'm gonna stop at it. This one is very small. Well, it's really old looking. Sometimes they're old like that one, and they were registered at one point, but now they're not, so they're not in the app. That one didn't have anything that I wanted, so I just left my 2 books. I will say it's definitely a hunt. Like, sometimes you're gonna find a book that was just released and you're gonna be shocked that you found it and you're excited. And then on the other hand, there's a lot of older books, or even like nonfiction that I don't think is even accurate because it's outdated. We're gonna keep at it. Let's see what else is in the area. This one is super cute, and you can tell that it's really maintained, so I'll love to see that. This is gonna be the last one that I stop at for today. I have one book left to give. I feel like this has been a pretty bad day to show you for the libraries because I haven't seen any books that I'm really excited about. I didn't end up showing you the last one because there was 2 big dogs and they were barking and the fence was right by the little library. But I found one book that is on my wish list. It is by Christina Lauren. I've read maybe 5 books by these authors, so I'm super excited to find another one, The Soulmate Equation. I don't even know what it's about, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, yes. Today wasn't the best score for books. There was this Silent Patient. That one's a good score, but I already have read that book. So I just want to show you some of the books that I have found in the past, and these are only a few. Like, yes, you might need to go to a lot of little libraries, but I promise you, you will find good stuff. By a Thread by Lucy Score. Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Shari LaPena, I've seen 2 other of her books at Free Little Libraries. The Housemaid. The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden, and The Coworker. This one's my least favorite one that I read by her, but it's still a good find. Taylor Jenkins Reid, I have found multiple copies of The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This one is Carrie Soto is Back, but I've also seen Malibu Rising by this author, and I feel like something else. Listen for the Lie. This is one of my favorite ones that I found this summer, and I also found The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren, and both of those were newer releases when I found them, so I was ecstatic. Speaking of new release, Leanne Moriarty's Here One Moment. This book was released, I know it's a 2024, but it's definitely a newer one. I was surprised when I saw this one. Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. I've seen this book at least 2 other times at Free Little Libraries. It's funny, you'll definitely notice which books are really popular and you'll see them multiple times. The Girl on the Train. I've seen this one multiple times by Paula Hawkins. I've seen a few books by Ellen Hilderbrand. This one is Summer of '69, and then the other one I saw, The 5-Star Weekend. I've seen that one. Black Cake, and literally so many more. So is it a treasure hunt? Yes. Could you see a lot of old books, some books that probably could be thrown away, some books that you just have zero interest in? Definitely. But if you're patient, you could find some good scores. I think it's safe to say that half of the books I have read this year at least have been from little free libraries. Daisy Jones and the Six. That was the other book I was trying to think of by Taylor Jenkins Reid that I found at Free Little Libraries. I'm looking in my book cabinet right now, and I also could add Lucy Foley. I've found 2 of her books in the past. Lisa Scottoline, I've seen her multiple times. Same with Karen Slaughter. Happy Place, I found that at a Free Little Library, and that's how I started reading every Emily Henry book, including some of her older YA stuff. A few things I want to talk about in regards to little free libraries. It feels like such a mouthful to keep saying that. LFL. I think the best place to find books, if you have the chance to go to this state, is Florida. Anywhere by the coast is where I've had the most success finding good books. There's lots of visitors, and additionally, people love reading beach reads, so it goes hand in hand. When I started 2024 off and became obsessed with reading, I found 5 books that I gobbled up while I was in Florida, and then I came back to Colorado and I kept gobbling up books. In regards to the app, like I showed you, you can check in to different locations. So I'm going to show you how many I have checked into. It's loading. Guess how many I have checked into. The books I've left and the books I've taken is not accurate, but total check-ins, 167. That's right. I'm obsessed. The first time I ever checked into one, I don't even know what year it was. Maybe 2020. I love visiting new libraries when we're in a new town. So like this summer, we spent the whole summer on the road. We were in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Michigan, Virginia. So every new state I made Ryan stop at Little Free Libraries. You can also favorite libraries in the app. Blooming Book Nook, which was named after the book by Colleen Hoover, It Starts With Us. That's what inspired the name of this one. This one is in Colorado Springs, and it was very curated. Like, every time you went there, it would be completely full, and it would be very, like, relevant, popular books. This is what it looked like, and you can even tell from the picture some of the popular books that were put into it. Like, I can see it starts with us, it ends with us. I see that one book everyone's read. I can't think of what it's called because I can't fully read it. It also has stickers and bookmarks. The last thing to talk about with them is simply, I think that the culture around them should change. I love being able to thrift books, but I always think to myself, why are these books at Goodwill or at ARC instead of in a free library? Because obviously the person who donated them is not getting money for them, so why don't they put them into little free libraries? And I think it's mainly because people just don't know about them, or maybe they don't know that they can use an app to easily find one around them. I think a lot of the libraries need to be cleaned out. Like, you could throw books away. The ones that are really old and really yellowy and smell, and like no one's probably grabbed that book in 2 years, but it's still there. And I just think that we could put a bunch of really good books into them and make them really popular and be an awesome resource for people.